Hello, today we're going to be going over a brief overview of the company Stonewall Kitchen. We will be covering the company background. We're going to take a look at the culture based on some of the feedback we received from employees, and then we're also going to make our recommendation. So a little history about the company. It was founded in 1991. We're celebrating our 25th year this year. It was founded by Jonathan King and Jim Stott. The company is based in York, Maine. They also have a distribution center in Rochester, New Hampshire, but exclusively New England-based company. And started out, really small. As you can see in this picture here, Jim and John are at a farmer's market. This is how Stonewall first came onto the scene, in the form of farmers markets, regularly selling out of products. And it was through this that they got their first wholesale customer. Now, today, it's a national business. They have 10 retail stores over 5 states, all in the Northeast, and serve over 6,000 wholesale customers. Where you may have seen it, LL Bean, Kittery Trading Post in southern Maine, and then Macy's, and also several grocery channels as well. Internationally, Stonewall Kitchen is now in over 40 countries, ranging from the Middle East to Korea to Italy, even South America, and all over the world. And just to speak a little bit to the recognition that Stonewall Kitchen has received over the years, I won't go into too much detail on all of these awards, but as you can see, quite a few. Most of these were awarded by the Specialty Food Association, which is the national premier association that recognizes advances and outstanding contributions to the specialty food industry. But back in '95, Stonewall came on the scene as a virtual nobody and received the Outstanding Product line, which very unusual for a no-name company that no one had really heard of to win that award, and then went on to win it again in 1996. And I point that out because those two awards were what really got the name out there and was what drew the company to grow and expand as quickly as it did. And then most recently, we've won some awards in 2015 and 2016 as well, and many of these awards are also international accolades. In 2013, the creators of Stonewall, Jim Stott and Jonathan King, started looking for an exit strategy from their 25 years, leading up to 25 years of running the company. Jimmy retired late in 2013, and then Jonathan King was looking just to take a step back from his role as CEO. So Centra Partners was brought in. They acquired Stonewall Kitchen. They're a New York-based firm focused on food and consumer product industry. And a new CEO, as pictured here, you can see CEO John Steicher playing some cornhole, and then other members of our executive team. From the left, Natalie King, Vice President, Janine, Director of Marketing, and then Lori, our COO. And with this acquisition came a new vision to push Stonewall more into the mainstream. And then as well with our executive team, some roles changed in the acquisition. So to speak a little further into post-acquisition and the company culture, here's Owen.
Thanks, Jeanette. So to assess the organizational culture within the Cameron and Quinn framework, our team used data from conducting interviews with several employees at Stonewall Kitchen, including the CEO, John Steicher, as we wanted to obtain first-hand information from the employees and their view of the culture of Stonewall Kitchen, and to see what effects if the recent acquisition by Centra Partners has had on the company as a whole. What our results showed is that while overall Stonewall Kitchen is primarily clan-based, the merger and the acquiring company's vision of expanding Stonewall Kitchen, especially its wholesale department, indicates the beginning of a cultural shift within the organization's upper management, transitioning it more to a market culture to align with the company's new focus. The interviews we conducted had a series of 10 questions covering several different areas, including tenure with the company, describing the company's culture in their own words, selecting where they saw the culture of the company on the Cameron and Quinn chart, what they liked about working there, and what the organization can improve upon. Once we obtained the results of the interviews, we put together the following table to observe any trends and discrepancies in the responses. As Cameron and Quinn note in their study, clan culture are those that value cohesion, participation, and communication, creating an environment that allows for the formation of tight social networks like a family. Many of the respondents not only picked clan to describe the culture overall, but described the work environment at Stonewall Kitchen as tight-knit, team-oriented, and consistently noted that they enjoyed working with their coworkers at Stonewall Kitchen. Respondents also noted that Stonewall Kitchen provides for a good work-life balance given the benefits they receive and the flexibility with vacation time. This seems to indicate that the organization is inwardly focused on its employees, another aspect of clan culture. In the interview, however, with CEO John Steiker, when we asked him to identify the culture within Cameron and Quinn's model, he noted that it was market, very customer-driven, customer-focused. We've been clan for the last 20 plus years. We are now moving towards market. Market cultures value the exact opposite as clan, as they more outward-focused and desiring more stable structure. Looking at the responses to what the organization can improve upon going forward indicates a cultural transition is occurring. In their recommendations, respondents noted that they would like to see more flexibility within the organization, more realistic performance goals, better training, and the ability for better internal growth, which are all characteristics of a clan culture. Also, given the discrepancy in answers to selecting a culture within Cameron and Quinn framework, most of the respondents could not clearly identify merely one culture that overall defined the organization. This also seemed to indicate, like the company's focus, the organizational culture is in transition. How the upper management manages this cultural transition going forward within the organization is critical to its future success. Now to Patrick Pascal for some recommendations on what the company can do going forward.